Of course, KrazyHype. I've been following KrazyHype for the past couple of weeks now. I even sent a message after watching Be More.
Right.
And you know, I was very impressed by the level of questions my guy here, Massa, was asking. I was very impressed because sometimes in interviews and they ask you some real dull questions, but he was hitting some questions where I was like, why people don't ask me those questions?
Listen, don't make this about me, man.
I'm not making this about you, I'm making this about KrazyHype.
This is about you, man.
This is about me. This is about me.
People appreciating you.
But guess what, right?
You is the man of the hour, man.
Of course. But I have to appreciate you.
Yeah, that's all.
I have to appreciate you. I have to appreciate KrazyHype and you. Because guess what? Without KrazyHype doing this, the world wouldn't know about King Jedi.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying?
Joe, this is boy KrazyHype Massa again. You know we holding it down in the studio right now, cause we have the listen. Tonight's special. This ain't like normal like any other people we got room into the BVI. Me boy, this is the King Jedi. This man here been all over, traveling, singing, rapping, doing his stuff. And listen, tell the people them what you about, man.
I'm about life, man. I'm about music life. I'm about genres. I'm about hip hop. I'm about vast variety of music.
Vast variety of music. That's what we like to hear. We gotta let the people. We gotta let the people them know that this ain't no amateur wrong. You saying?
No.
This ain't no ham dog with a column, you know. This is real people we got room into the studio right here, and we gonna let them know like you is a real, what you call it, a real patriotic person, right?
Very much.
Because you don't even just genre your whole music in just hip hop. You actually in a Fungi band.
Yeah, I'm actually in a band. You know, basically district where I grew up from, we grew up listening to Lashing Dogs and what's that. So when the idea came about to start the Fungi, a younger Fungi band, I took on the challenge of trying to do it, and it was like, I mean, the reviews from it were a little different.
Really different because it was like you didn't have so much support from the younger local crowd. Because that's not our genre, man. We're expecting this as a ping, pang, and you're up there with maracas shaking and all these other stuff. Hey, for me personally, I have some. I like to listen to it. But on a daily basis, you ain't gonna catch me pumping that thing in my car, my boy.
No, it's like it's seasonal music.
Right.
But what I try to do, as much as possible, was fuse a lot of my personality into the Fungi music. Right. You know, take out that general consensus of Fungi being only for certain times of the year.
Right.
You know, I wrote different types of songs on it. You know, there's this country and western song. I just got up one day and I just decided I want to do something different.
Yeah.
So I went down that road, and the reception I got from it. I mean, Zoe gave me the biggest jump with it.
Okay.
You know, the Saturday morning.
Right.
She and her and Joe Jack gave me the biggest jump with it, where they picked it up and they continuously played it. So from there, I think people actually saw me differently from being a rapper.
People see you as an old man with a young face. People see you as an old dude with just a milk face.
I'm a mature dude.
Right.
Yeah, I've been around a while.
You think there's a such thing as too mature for your age?
Too mature for it.
Yeah, because I was expecting, when I heard a Jedi, I was like, yeah, man, this dude is singing in the razor blades, even though it's dull. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, man, this dude is dressed in linen, short pants and flip flops. But here you are in a white tee and Yankee, looking like a real hooligan in the club, man.
Yeah. Like,
saying this about presentation.
No, certain things just don't leave you. You know what I'm saying? I grew up a street kid, and I always like to be a street kid with professionalism.
You know, I want to hear about the street kid. What was your hardest experience growing up on the street?
My hardest experience was living without a father figure.
Cool.
Growing up, I grew up in a community where I was exposed to everything you could think about. Crackheads right downstairs at my house.
Okay.
Alcoholics, weed smoking, crack cocaine passing through my hands, and you know, at a young age, you were exposed to everything possible you could name. So, you know, it was like your give and take.
Yeah.
You either follow this path or you learn from this.
And you chose which path?
I chose the high road. I chose to
the high road. Remember we talking about crack.
Okay.
Remember we talking about crack. So if you tell me,
let me finish my song. You know what I'm saying? I chose the high road, which was to take my experiences and
about crack.
About the experience, about the things I saw growing up. So it wasn't only that alone.
But have you tried crack?
Me?
Yeah.
No, man, come on. I haven't even, no, not even.
But it passed through your hand, so I mean, you never had an urge to just.
Never, my son, never. Because I actually saw what it did to those who smoke it. So I wouldn't even think for a second.
Briefly, give me that message you would tell anyone. Me just talking about the youth. Anyone.
Anyone?
About your experience about doing crack.
About doing crack?
Yeah.
I don't have an experience doing crack.
So more or less you can't give a.
No, I could tell you about what I saw.
Give me a shot summary what you saw and what made you think that wasn't for me.
I remember one time I was about to go play basketball, and I saw one of the older guys. So I mean, he does drugs. I don't call his name, but he was there, and you know, he was just there with this breaking antennas. You know?
Just random breaking antennas.
Yeah, I mean, you had a few antennas and you were breaking them.
What? Any of those antennas yours?
Nah, I didn't have a cat.
Because listen, if I meet a man down the road breaking my antenna, regardless of how sad your story sounds, you ain't gonna be breaking my antenna just so.
I agree.
Back up this crack, sell it back, and then go back my antenna.
I agree. I started breaking antennas, and you know what I'm saying. So I just stood there for a while, and I was just talking to him, you know.
Yeah.
And he was just like stuffing it, and then he began to light it.
Wait, he was lighting what?
The antenna. Yeah,
he was smoking an antenna. That's another level high. For you to smoke an antenna, my boy.
He used the antenna as his pipe.
As his pipe?
Yeah, he stuffed it in
there.
Oh. And then when he began to smoke it, now when he finished smoking
it, that's innovation.
And he started to speak. He spoke for about at least 2 to 3 minutes straight, smoke coming out his mouth.
Okay.
I'm saying I watched that like one day.
And that was horrifying to you.
I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing.
No, I'm getting this is more intriguing to you. But this is why I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
If this intrigued you, what made you say, even though this is intriguing, crack isn't for me?
Because these are the things that forced me to be raised without a father figure.
Right. So your father was on crack?
He was on drugs. I can't tell you what type.
What type?
You know what I'm saying? But he was on drugs.
But you knew of your dad?
Yeah, me and my father, we had a very close relationship when I was growing up young.
Seeing that your dad wasn't in your life, did that make you a stronger person, or you just at neutral and just say, my mom did it all?
It taught me a few lessons about being raised with and without a father.
Right.
You know, most of us are raised by women, by all, you know, sisters and what's that. I was raised by my sisters, and my mother always had to work 2 and 3 jobs. You know what I'm saying? So I was more of the, what we call a latchkey baby. You know what I'm saying? Where I would be out all night. I mean, my sisters were home. Sometimes I'll sneak out of the house, go on the road and try to be home before my mom came home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, being without the father figure around, there were certain lessons in life I skipped. That skipped. Something that skipped me, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody taking me, teaching me, like my father teaching me how to ride a bike. Just to say, you know what I'm saying? Teaching me different manly roles in life. A lot of things I learned, they had to come through trial and error. You know what I'm saying? I had to practically raise myself.
Right.
Learn just by looking at other stuff I'm seeing happening, in trying to pick examples from them, the right and wrong. So
I understand. So you had to more or less look for a father figure in someone else. So did you find like a neighbor or a peer who stood up to say, alright, I want to be like this person? Jimmy Jones from next door. I could see this dude as a father figure. I grabbed to it. Is there anyone in your life right now, like you could honestly say, I pay this guy that kind of respect?
I had an older cousin he was incarcerated, but he mainly was one that I looked up to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was like a, what they call them, the OGs. You know what I'm saying? Or the old school.
So he
guys.
took you in.
I mean, yeah, I always used to be around.
He had you doing nothing illegal, right?
No. I used to be around him all the time. You know what I'm saying? And speak with him. Sometimes I used to be rude, and he would drop a couple licks on my backside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Are you ain't too proud about a couple licks?
Nah, man, come on. I mean, I would rude. I would.
If you had to do it all over again, like where you is now, during the backside whooping, and where you don't understand, you just know you're getting backside whooping, would you have fought back?
No.
You did. So you're trying to say you understand the butt whooping?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me show you the topic. If one of your peers see you doing something out of the way and they decide to put knuckle to fist and they decide to give you a butt whooping, would you understand or would you fight back?
At this stage?
At this stage,
I don't think it would reach to that point. I don't think it would reach to that point where I would be doing something at this stage in my life
to agitate anyone.
No, because I understand my public figure.
Right.
Me being a public figure, I understand my character also.
Right. You understand your role you have in the BVI.
Right. And also within the community itself, certain things I become an activist for.
Right.
I don't really try to walk backwards. You know what I'm saying?
So we're gonna do this. So we're gonna stick on the dad talk and how important the dad is in somebody. So you think sex has a difference with it? Like, let me just say, would it be different for a male to not have the father opposed to a female? To not, because no, some of these girls that act like they don't have a father, man.
Right.
Like either they have a father, or they just acting like they don't have a father. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
I'll tell you that honestly, from my experience, both of us being parents, right?
Right.
Because
my children are beautiful. I must add, my children are beautiful, man.
Of course. A father in a young lady's life
is more important than a man.
Quite as important or even more important than a young man. Reason being, young ladies I'm speaking from my own experience. A young lady generates towards their father. They look up to their father as a hero.
But you used to take advantage of these same young ladies that they had no father either.
I would say that. Come on.
Hey, all of you say that. No, because no, you know that they used to come to you crying and think. So you just put your head on them shoulder and you're like, nah, babe, we're gonna be alright, man. But you know she got mad, so you know we one line. I'm gonna be there for you, no matter what.
Nah,
nah, man. Now it depends on how she look. Be honest with me, man.
Honest with you, master. I'm honest, right?
It depends on how she look, man.
Nah, dog. I try to be a little discreet.
You married?
Certain things nah.
You just did it. But you singing Fungi. You singing Fungi, but you ain't looking to get married. You have plans of getting married. Is there anyone in your life right now you plan to marry?
Of course, we all do plan to get married someday, but everything goes in stages. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things I still have to accomplish before I even look into getting married and what's not. You know what I'm saying? Building a stronger relationship with
everybody. But let me grasp.
Okay.
Right now I want to get into rough. I heard some stuff surfacing, and you as an artist.
Right.
What about battle rapping? You into battle rapping? What about if I attack you? I'm an artist. Would you respond?
If I would respond,
would you respond? Let me just say it's a nice competition.
Let's get down to me beginning as an artist, right?
You're right.
I started off as Grimy.
This
young, aggressive
little red dude with no hair on top of his
face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I barely got a little thing now. But I'm saying I grew up into
the slums,
the hardcore aspect of rap.
Right.
And
how would you
it started here battling.
I have some local artists we wanted. How would you rate other local artists let me just say random name, NJ. How would you rate that guy there? Because he has some nice tracks, straight shooter, and I heard him perform the other day in a nightclub, and he was alright. How would you rate him? Would you class yourself better, or would you class yourself on the same borderline as him?
I never keep myself on the same borderline with anyone because.
So he just ain't ready.
I'm not saying that. Yeah, I'm not saying that he isn't ready at all. But my thing is, we are on two different scales. You know what I'm saying? NJ, I grew up in the same neighborhood I grew up in. NJ, practically, you know what I'm saying, fed off a lot of music I was listening to. You know what I'm saying? In terms of even advice also. You know what I'm saying? When he was coming up, we would always speak on the internet.
But speaking about advice, because B More gave him some advice the other day about life and his journey and so on, and how he could make it and so forth. But now when we're talking about NJ, let me switch to B More, because there's a colleague of ours. What do you think about his music and how he conducts himself? Listen, because he come out of the church. You agree with him coming out of the church?
I mean, coming out of the church, like leaving the church?
Leaving the church.
I don't think he has left the church, B More still attends church.
Right.
But the thing is, his music, he's soul searching.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He as an artist is trying to find himself.
Right.
Find himself and
But you think walking up and singing chorus words is soul searching? In his defense?
He has to do what he has to do.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
He has to find his music.
So we say a message to Franklin, man, you're making as much money, man. Come out there, come cuss and battle with us. That's it.
No, cussing battle don't really make you money,
No, it don't really make you money.
It don't really make you money because.
But the genre of music, it don't sell unless it having some profanity. Is it so?
I can't say that. Lecrae is a gospel hip hop artist, right?
Cool.
That who sells millions. I look at Macklemore and Ryan Lewis sell millions. Come on, sell millions.
Listen, I want you to tell the people right now. What are your goals? What are your goals for your music, your destiny? Tell them what you're trying to do as a person for the community.
My thing is, I want to open doors in the hip hop industry itself for other younger local acts. I want to, show people. I want to actually expose the world to who I am. You know what I'm saying? I want to expose the world to my music because really and truly, album after album I put out, I could see the progression and the growth in my songwriting.
Right.
Where that is what I mean, and I trying to get no cocky scale. I'm trying this plain, alright. But when it comes to myself and other local artists, other songwriters, other rappers, we are on two different scales. We are on two different scales because my level of songwriting itself is beyond rap.
Beyond rap.
You know what I'm saying?
You actually soul searching yourself.
Me?
Yeah.
I found myself.
You found yourself?
I found myself.
So you don't like B More than who coming out of the church? Can't find himself up there yet.
B More has found himself, and you see he's progressing. He's progressing in the soca atmosphere.
Right.
You know that he has the R&B with the soca, so he has found himself right there. When you find something that's working for you, you gotta keep punching that.
Right.
Punching that.
Right. Well, I'm glad to see like where we going with this. Like we're trying to be a big brother figure in the community. More or less, we could evolve into a father figure for persons who don't have a that role model figure in their life. You know? And listen, I must commend you and your peers for doing what you guys do.
We have to because there's a younger generation coming up after us, like those guys PDB, right? Press the button and Franklin and all those stuff.
All them other people.
Those guys coming up, I would never try to go and jack those guys and try to hate on what they're doing. My thing is I would try to educate them.
Right.
Look, you're doing this here, so it might not work. Switch in, try this avenue here.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Because the tough guy persona after a while it dies down.
Yeah,
because it's something you have to live up to.
Right.
And if you keep talking it, somebody's gonna push you to a limit where you have to live it.
Right.
And if you ain't living it and you're talking, you ain't living it, you're gonna get exposed.
And that's the true word.